Hello and welcome to the Ice Guys. This is the show that takes you into the world of the National Hockey League. Every game, every day, from a betting perspective. With pro sports handicappers Ian Cameron, Alex B. Smith, and various guests from the world of hockey and sports betting. And now, here's your host, Ian Cameron.
Welcome to the Ice Guys, Monday, November 24th. Ian Cameron, Alex B. Smith with you, ready to break down the Monday NHL card. It is a bigger card for a Monday than normal. The schedule is all shifted this week because of U.S. Thanksgiving. So we have a lot of games today, one game tomorrow, a lot of games Wednesday, no games Thursday, of course, for Thanksgiving, and a lot of games on Friday. So get ready for the change in the schedule that we've got coming up. For this week. We will get into the games for tonight. We will get into the recap for Sunday in just a moment. But Patreon members have seen this already. They know about this, but our public viewing audience that may not be Patreon members doesn't know yet. They're about to find out. Breaking news.
This is breaking news from the Ice Guys.
Betcast night tonight. That is right. Patreon exclusive live Betcast tonight. 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time for our Patreon members only on the Patreon page at patreon.com/iceguys. Again, this is our day that we had picked weeks ago to be our exclusive live betcast date here in the month of November. We wanted to do it later in the month. We wanted to do it away from Thursday and later in the week. And we also wanted to avoid Thanksgiving. So we figured let's do it on a Monday. The schedule was aligned nicely to be able to do a live betcast here tonight. So again, that is something to keep in mind. So like I said, tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, Patreon exclusive live betcast tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time tonight. And make sure you get to the page. There it is, patreon.com/iceguys, $10 per month. This betcast will only be accessible to Patreon members for viewing and for joining us live on the stream during the betcast. So again, make sure you join us. This is a big little pre-Thanksgiving surprise for all of our Patreon viewers and members. Looking forward to it. This betcast is only going to be 3 hours tonight. We're not going the whole night like we do with the regular ones, but we will be on for the 3 hours during the early games. There's a quartet of 7 p.m. Eastern games. So we'll go from 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. Eastern time with a 3-hour betcast, but we'll get you through the first period of all the games tonight pretty much, because the latest 2 games are at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be on the air for the first period of those games. So we will at least be on with you through every game at least getting underway on the card tonight. So we're excited about it. 7 p.m. Eastern, Alex, Patreon exclusive live betcast. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be a fun time. And like I said, we're going to throw a bunch of these out throughout the year for the Patreon members. Like I said, they won't be full betcast. They'll be on the, we have nights like tonight where the majority of our action will be at 7 Eastern. So we'll be carrying you through the bulk of the games, and we'll be at least covering the first period of every contest tonight. So for live action, it should be fun.
No doubt. Looking forward to it. So make sure you become a Patreon member before 7 p.m. Eastern tonight to join us for the live betcast. And by the way, as far as last night now, yesterday as we recap the action, how about those Buffalo Sabres? Sometimes trend is your friend, and they own Carolina, and they beat them again yesterday at home. Nice 4-1 win there for the Sabres. Very solid performance all around. UPL was good in that. And the Sabres were opportunistic in that game. Looked like they were a little road weary, Carolina. They looked like they didn't have the jam that they normally do, but let's give Buffalo some credit for that win. We cashed with Minnesota against Winnipeg. We thought they were alive in that game, playing some great hockey. They shut out the Winnipeg Jets 3-0 in that game. How about Jesper Wallstedt putting the wall in Wallstedt? My goodness, another shutout. That's his third shutout. He's got a sub-1 goals against average in his last 5 starts. Like, incredible stuff. .950 save percentage in that vicinity. Wallsted's been playing like the guy that the Minnesota Wild and their fans and the Terry Edelmans of the world dreamed of when they drafted him to be, their netminder of the future. He was absolutely terrific again yesterday in that game. And the Wild with another impressive win as they continue to roll and play some pretty good hockey bolstered, of course, by Wallstead. And great to cash the bargain bin special, of course, Danila Yurov getting Minnesota going and on the board. And what a price that was, plus 550 for him to find the back of the net. So great to cash that bargain bin special with him yesterday on the slate. It was a very good day for a shorter card overall for me with the wagering decisions. Islanders -1, no arm, no foul. We got the push there. They win in a shootout, 1-0 in that game. I had Chicago +1.5, and it was not easy, but they do cash the +1.5 puck line, losing 1-0 to the Avs. What a goaltending display it was both ways. Scott Wedgwood, man, what a story. Continues to be outstanding in net for the Avs. He's the guy. Sorry, Mackenzie Blackwood, but you can't move away from Scott Wedgwood. He's playing great. Poor Spencer Knight, tough luck loser there last night because he played very well also for the Chicago Blackhawks. But 1-0 Colorado gets the job done there. San Jose, there was one we had, San Jose money line. They get the job done, beat Boston 3-1 last night over the Bruins. And then the best bet for the show was over 5.5, Calgary, Vancouver. And in a day where there were a lot of unders across the board, this was the only game to go over. So I picked the right one to have as an over for best bet. Calgary, Vancouver. Vancouver now 11-1 to the over in their last 12 games. So continues to be a great over streak for them. That's a bad loss for Vancouver, man. It's because this was the spot you had in mind to get off the schneid and bounce back. And Calgary rolls in there on a back-to-back, no less, and beats you 5-2. It's ugly. Quinn Hughes, Rich H., our good pal, was saying it in our chat. He looked despondent, almost like comatose on the bench, like just totally disconnected from everything that's going on right now with this team. And you can tell the losing is getting to him. The defense has been atrocious. They gave up a shorthanded goal just when they had an opportunity to get back in the game last night in the third period. Calgary's looking better than Vancouver right now, to be quite honest with you, the last few games. That tells you where the Canucks are at right now. But good to cash the over as the best bet to wrap up the day and wrap up the night. Alex, your thoughts on Sunday's action?
Yeah, a lot of tight games, close games. That trend continues. A lot of low-scoring games. Like I said, a lot of great defensive games, a lot of great goaltending. Like I said, Jesper Wallstedt continues to look sensational. David Riddick getting a shutout. Well, I guess both goalies technically would be getting a shutout, and that one as it goes all the way until a shootout before we finally get the victory. But see, just a lot of good goaltending battles. And we talk about this during the year. We talk about this all the way back in the season previews about how when you have teams that get goaltenders, be it a 1A, 1B system where they have their number one guy, you want to be able to steal games in tough spots, right? And a Sunday in late November is kind of a spot where you can get caught up. This can be a tricky spot for some teams. We've been saying that all week. This is a tricky spot for Team A or Team B. That's the moment. These are the moments where your goaltenders need to step up, whether it's a guy like a Scott Wedgwood who was brought in to be one of the better backups. He's been one of the best backups in the league over the last several years, but now possibly could be emerging as the top flight starter, not just a 1A, 1B option. A Spencer Knight, who we knew could be emerging as a top flight goaltender, but now seeing him playing better despite the loss, having another solid night in net. David Riddick is a guy who, we've kind of been low on at times as a backup, but putting together a solid effort for his team, in a spot like that. Jesper Wallstedt, a goaltender of the future, who has been stringing together many good victories. So to see these guys coming through in these big time spots, those are the moments where you want them to deliver, and that certainly was the case yesterday.
All right, Perlo, your thoughts on yesterday?
Yeah, I had a good day too. I was on Buffalo as well as you were. Also had the team total over. For me, it was the day of the goalie props. When Askarov came up, it was 24.5 saves, and I pounded that, and that was my biggest bet yesterday. So hit that. Also had Minnesota team total over. That was good. I was hovering my finger over the Chicago team total under, and I did take it. So I had the Chicago team total under. And the main reason why I liked that one was Colorado, they seem to be going into towns, and they're trying to put their footprint on every game that they play. And the best way they could have did that in Chicago was to shut Chicago down. There's young offensive guys like Bedard and stuff like that are, and if they could shut them down, I think that was more important to winning yesterday. And that sort of came out that way. As far as the Seattle game, I had a cool little bet on that. I really like the under in that. So I took no goals in the first 5 and under 6.5. I also had the draw. So that one came in real quick. I just thought, like, I know when teams are tired, sometimes you look towards the over, but I always look at what type of tired they are. I think if I think they're physically tired, I look towards the under. If I think they're mentally tired, didn't get much sleep, but still have their legs, I look towards the over. So that's really why I took that. I also had Wolf over saves, and the one I didn't get was Askarov over saves. That I didn't get it. He was like
good though again. Yep.
27.5, but he was very good. But overall, it was an excellent. I had a really good day overall. The Bruins hit me a little bit. You got to respect that Sharks team. I'll tell you. I keep on thinking that they're going to fall down a bit.
We respect them more than odds makers do. That I can tell you.
Yeah, we got to start respecting. As far as the Flames game, I tailed you on that. That was all you. I had the over 5.5 on that. But the Flames had a really tough schedule up until now. And I think they're sort of taking an exhale breather here and going, you know what, we can do something now. And I think I'm going to be on them a little more now, especially after winning those 2 games. But I'm going to be watching for spots for them right now. They're not as bad of a team as they've been showing. But I looked at their schedule over. I think they have the worst schedule in the league up until now. So they've built up a reputation of being a really bad team, obviously, with their record. And I think they can surprise teams moving forward. So I'll be looking at them for a couple plays down the road for sure. Oh, and I have the kid for over saves as well for the Wild, Wallstedt. That was the other guy.
I mean, he's been quite the story. No question about it for the Minnesota Wild, and it's been quite the run he's put together. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep this great run going right now for the Minnesota Wild. All right, so what we're going to do today, so obviously we're going to talk about all 7 games on Monday night, but we will not be here with you tomorrow. No show tomorrow on Tuesday. It's the right call. There's only 1 game. We will tack on tomorrow's lone game at the end of today's show, so you will hear about Dallas and Edmonton for Tuesday, which is the one and only game on Tuesday. You'll hear about it at the end of today's show. So we will talk about that game as well at the end. Believe it or not, I got a pretty strong opinion on that game, even though it's tomorrow's game, and we'll get to that in just a minute. First, though, Monday's action. Columbus, Washington. Washington minus 170, home favorite, 6.5, the total in this game. The Jackets coming off what's going to be a frustrating loss for them. They had a 3-1 lead on the road against Detroit, give up 2 goals in the third, and end up losing that game 4-3. And then you've got Washington, who just had their win streak snapped. They had been playing pretty good, but not so much, of course, against Tampa Bay on Saturday night. They lose that game 5-3. Logan Thompson's hit the wall for the first time this year. After a red-hot start, he's now given up 4 goals or more in the majority of his recent starts, 3 in a row where he's given up 4 goals. He got pulled Saturday night against Tampa Bay. He's back in net tonight. And I was back and forth thinking, because Washington's suddenly transforming into a little bit of an overrun of late. Their offense is starting to heat up and roll and figure it out. And now they're giving up some goals. So we'll see how this one plays out. I grabbed a small chunk of the over 6 with the intention to maybe grab more live during the betcast. And again, if you're just joining us, Patreon exclusive live betcast tonight. But just small pregame on that. Sidewise, well, I don't know if I want to fade Washington coming off a home loss, playing at home again. They've been good in these spots at home off a home loss earlier in the year, but I don't want to lay minus 170 with them. That is for sure. So this is going to be more of an in-game side that I look at. Small pregame over bet. Maybe the draw kind of interests me because Columbus has been such a strong draw team lately, and I'll dabble in that. But there's other draws that I'm liking probably more than this one. Alex, what do you think here? Blue Jackets, Capitals. Merzlikins, by the way, for Columbus.
This just missed out on making my card with the draw, but I found this pattern to be quite interesting with Columbus. If you look at their last 8 games, you had 2 games go back-to-back past regulation, game end in regulation. They won and beat Edmonton 5-4. 2 games go to a shootout back-to-back, and then losing the game in regulation. They've had their last 2 games go past regulation. The next 2 teams they play after tonight, Toronto and Pittsburgh, in those last meetings, they went past regulation against those. So it seems like this may be an off night based on how that pattern goes. So I'm staying off of the draw here. I did take a shot with Sean Monahan to get a point, minus $1.20. That's the only pregame bet I have. I'll just be waiting for other things to pop up live on the betcast.
All right, Burlow, Columbus, Washington.
Yeah, I think Columbus is going to come out tough here. They've been on the road for a while, and they've been playing some pretty tough games. I like them to keep up with the Capitals in the first. I could see some goals in the first. So I like the over 1.5 first period. But what I really like is actually the Capitals minus 0.5 second period. I think the Blue Jackets, well, first of all, Washington's a really good second period team. And what they quite often do is they try to beat up the opposition in the first period, especially when they've been on a road for a while and they come out heavy in the second. So you can get that at plus 130. That's probably my favorite bet on here. I got a little bit on the team total over when I found out Merzlikins is in. It's just, he hasn't been bad, but I think Washington is going to really want this game. This is, and Columbus I get the feeling like they're going home. It's Thanksgiving. It's kind of a weird spot for them. I think they'll put up a fight, but I don't think they're going to win it. So I got the team total over 3.5 for a little bit. The second period play. And now that because there's a betcast, I'll look at maybe Columbus could score first, and then I'm going to take Washington right after that. That's a possibility. I do think Washington will eventually catch this game. They're a great third period team too, and I think the Blue Jackets could run out of legs in the third period. I've got that Frank kid. I took him for a little bit just for fun at plus 450.
Oh, you have to 2 games in a row with a goal. I was going to get to that. Yeah, Ethan Frank.
Yeah.
Dantilli's on a 2-game goal streak. I'd even go with Chychrun. He scored in back-to-back from the blue line for Washington.
Yeah. Another reason why I like the Capitals here is they're not Columbus isn't putting in Greaves. They're putting in Merzlikins. It feels like a half mail-it-in game. I think they're going to try, but I think they're going to lose. I'm kind of thinking maybe before game time, I might even just put the regulation in right now, in as well. I should have got in it earlier. It was minus 160, though.
And we got 7 and 6 game point streaks, 7 and 6 game point streaks, respectively, right now for Chychrun and Werenski, the 2 pillar defensemen for these 2 teams. So we'll see if those streaks keep on rolling here tonight. And he's shooting the puck a lot, 100%. Someone in the chat, Bears bets, shooting the puck a lot. Jonathan likes Cole Sillinger, plus 550, 3 goals in 5 games versus Thompson. So, again, player versus goalie matchups indicate Sillinger's had success against Thompson. All right, Philadelphia, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay minus 180, home favorites, 5.5 the total in this game. Lots of injuries to monitor with Tampa. It looks like Nikita Kucherov avoided disaster. He got injured last game, but he is in tonight, and he was at morning skate. He'll play. Everyone else is still out, though. Chernak's out. Hedman's still out. McDonough's still out. And Braden Point, who also got injured against Washington the other night, he's also going to miss. So still a lot of injuries for this Tampa Bay Lightning team. Vasilevsky confirmed in net. He has been playing pretty good lately, and we know how amazing he was making that save on Roslovic against Edmonton. And then down the ice goes Gensel to win it in overtime. But no, he's played better lately. Philadelphia comes in here. I kind of like this as a Philly spot because Tampa's playing good, but they got injuries still. They're laying a big price. Little, complacency setting in because they've had a nice little run. It's close to Thanksgiving. Philly treating this like a road trip. I think there's reasons to like the Flyers, and I took the Flyers plus 150 for a small bet. But only a small bet once I saw Ersson was confirmed because I don't love the form of Ersson right now. He's fighting the puck a little bit, and that's a bother for me. That being said, I think Philly's in this game. Philly has a chance. Dog and draw for me. I also sprinkled on the draw here. Alex, Flyers, Lightning.
Yeah, I played draw pregame plus 330, but this is one where I'll wait live on the betcast. I do lean Flyers, and this would be a dog and draw spot normally if we didn't have the betcast, but I feel like I think we can wait, maybe get a spot. This could be maybe where Tampa gets the goal first, and we can maybe get a plus 200 or even better on Philly. This should be an interesting game. I don't think this is going to be a duck walk for the Lightning here, even with Vasilevsky starting against
Too
Arizona.
many injuries. Yeah. And Philly plays hard. Philly, unless they are absolutely fall apart and crumble and the goaltending's terrible, they're in every game.
That's right.
For the most part. So I expect that tonight. Perlo, Flyers, Lightning.
Yeah, these are just little bets for me too. Because of the lineup changes, the players for Tampa are not going to be used to playing with each other quite a bit. It does make for some pretty good props, but Philly, especially when they smell blood like that, I think they're going to come out hard in the first period. So I like the Flyers to score the first goal here. I liked it more before I found Harrison was in, to tell you the honest truth, but I already put a little bit on it. I was really surprised they did put Harrison in. I was hoping it was going to be Vladar. But and I took a little bit on them first period. Like you, I also took Philly for the game. It just seems like that kind of a spot. It seems sort of a letdown spot. Tampa Bay just played, just won a game maybe that they didn't really deserve to win against the Capitals. So they're coming in kind of fat. And at plus 145, it's the only way I can go with the injuries that are out there. And I also have the draw here. Great props in this game, though. Firster for a goal at plus 310, over 1.5 shots at minus 148. And dare I say it, and make sure you're watching here, but because the last time I took this as my best bet, Bobby Brink was on the top line, and before the game, they brought Firster in, and he went to the second line, and I lost the bet. He's on the top line today, though. So I'm going back to him for a goal and over 1.5 shots.
I remember that. That was one of the best shot props I've seen all year. The kiss of death the moment you uttered those words.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I don't believe in curses, and I have another one today, and it's going to hit, and that's it. So no curse. So then you got Cates on the top line. Taking him for a point is a really good idea. Paul's good to be in the second line. He's always good in these spots. He always, especially when things are going down, it seems like Paul's always there. And Bjorkstrand's going to be up there too, and he's actually been potting a couple. So I like him at plus 350. Great prop game. It's going to be most of my bets here are going to be on props.
Yeah, the Brink prop I like is for Forster's scored in back-to-back games. So those two for Philly. I like, Gage Gonsalves being on the second line. I'll look in that direction. And, of course, Nicky Paul for Tampa Bay. Once again, one of my favorites. All right, next up, St. Louis, New York Rangers. Rangers minus 140 home favorites, 5.5 the total in this game. This is a brutal scheduling spot for the Rangers. Now, I know they're ticked off. They didn't end the road trip well. With the losses they accumulated against Vegas, Colorado, and Utah. They'll certainly be looking to bounce back. They've lost 4 in a row, but tough spot that first game back. Blues with a little confidence now again, at least a little, snapping a 4-game losing streak, beating the Islanders 2-1 on Saturday afternoon. And we talked about this on Saturday with that Blues-Islanders game. The Blues' best period all year has been their first period. It has been. That's when they played their best. Give me Blues first period money line. Give me Blues first goal of first period again. I'm running it back, baby. Same 2 bets we won with easily Saturday against the New York Islanders. I think it makes a lot of sense to come back to it here. Rangers stink at home anyway this year. It could take them at least a period for the legs to get under them. And I think St. Louis can pounce early. St. Louis first period money line. St. Louis first goal of first period at a plus price. Those are the bets. Forget full game. We can worry about full game on the betcast tonight now that we're going to have one for Patreon exclusive. First period is where it's at with those good Blues bets. I think they can hit again. Alex, what do you think? Blues Rangers.
Yeah, I'm telling you with that on that first period money line and first goal of first period. Look, but I also like the draw here. It's not one of my favorite draws of the 4. Yeah,
draw. Yeah.
Not one of my favorites of the 4. This one's at the bottom, but I do like to draw it into place predicated on how the Rangers just struggled to score at home. And now you look at them, like I said, coming back home off of a road trip where they lost 4 in a row and their offense was dwindling on the road. Where does that do for their confidence now getting back home where they know they can't score? So this could be a low and slow kind of a game. So like I said, for the betcast, I don't know if we're going to have a lot of spots to hit on the betcast as far as, going back and forth with, but there is a bargain bin spot that I do have in this game.
Yeah, it is Hofer, but it's like a collision of Titans or not so Titans. A weak goalie and a weak offense at home. Something's got to give, right? Versus Hofer, a weak goalie, but a weak offense at home all year.
And
The New
maybe
York
St. Louis
Rangers.
is thinking that
Yep.
Hofer can get into form playing against a weak offense like the Rangers.
That's probably it. Look, I know his numbers aren't great. Did have a shutout against Buffalo, but other than that, 4 goals allowed to Seattle, 4 to Vegas, 3 to Philadelphia in his last start. He actually was a little better in that game against Philadelphia. Probably deserved a better fate. It's been a tough season for him, but like I said, I think they feel that the Rangers have had a hard time putting the puck in net all year at home. We'll put him in there tonight, give him a chance to get some confidence here. What do you think, Perlo? St. Louis, New York Rangers.
Yeah, with Miller out with the Rangers too. I mean, you look at that lineup, it doesn't look too good, that's for sure. I like this. I thought Bennington was in for sure because this is going to be a big game, and Bennington plays well in big games. So putting Hofer in, I don't know, it almost feels like they're punishing Bennington a little bit here. But I was with you on the first period. That was for sure. Plus, you can get it at plus 120. The Rangers, I usually like to take a team coming off a rough road trip, their first game at home, but they're leaving right after this. And right at Thanksgiving, it just seems like such a downer spot for the Rangers. So I took them for the first period. I have them also. I did a little something. I haven't bet this yet, and I don't know because Hofer's in net, but I still kind of like it. I took Blues plus 1.5 and under 6.5. So I could get, because I do still think it's going to be under. And St. Louis is not very good at scoring themselves. So and with Shesterkin there, though, it'll probably be a low game. So obviously I took the draw with this as well. With the bad spot with the Rangers, I was thinking about no goals first period, but against the Islanders, they scored the goal in like 42 seconds. So they might do something like that here. So I think I passed on that. But one thing I really like here is I do like the Blues to score in the first period, but I only like them to score 1. And I don't think the Rangers are going to score any. So I like the 1-0 exact score at plus 500. That seems like a really good chance to hit there. As far as props are concerned, I took a little bit on Shesterkin over 22.5 saves. I know the Blues aren't the biggest shot team in the world, but the Rangers are horrible at suppressing shots. And I do think the Blues will be very motivated being in MSG here, and they'll get enough shots on goal to get him over that. For the Blues, I also have Dvorsky for a goal. He's on the second line at plus 380, and Neighbors for an assist at plus 250. The Rangers, I haven't put any props in because I don't know what they're going to look like. So.
Well, that's the thing I wanted to mention. I forgot to. Silly me. I mean, they're down possibly their top 2 centers tonight because JT Miller's already out, and now Vinny Trocheck is a game time decision.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Game time decision with an undisclosed injury, and let's say they both don't play because Trocheck's very much up in the air. Noah Laba is going to have to be their second line center after Zibanejad, and Carrick's going to have to go to the third line spot, and Parsonen would draw in. I mean, they're just it's brutal down the middle for them if they're missing both Miller and Trocheck tonight in this game. So, like I said, it's already a tough spot anyway, right? You're coming off a road trip out west, 3 games. Blues are already in the area, the tri-state area. Because they were playing the Islanders on Saturday. So, like I said, that's why the first period looks just terrific to me.
And not only the tough spot with them having that one home game, then back on the road, but you're doing this on Thanksgiving week. You go to Carolina, then you have to travel through Thanksgiving, play in Boston on Black Friday in an early game. So, yeah, it's definitely a tricky spot.
Tricky spot.
Yeah, it definitely is. All right, as far as props, mostly on the Blues side of it, we'll try our guy Holloway. We'll give him a shot tonight as far as a goal prop here for the St. Louis Blues in this one. And also do want to keep in mind, too, that Braden Shen has started to heat up a little bit. He got them going Saturday against the Islanders, so keep an eye on him. All right, Detroit, New Jersey. New Jersey minus 140, home favorites, 5.5 the total in this game. This is a 3-bet game for me here in this one. Looks like right now, I will preface this by saying New Jersey has a great home record. No question. 7 0-1, I believe, is the home record for the New Jersey Devils. So it's not been an easy decision to ever bet against them here at the Prudential Center here in Newark. But they're not playing well. They've lost 3 in a row at the end of that road trip to Tampa, to Florida, to Philadelphia. That crazy game in Philly Saturday night where Jake Allen, 3 goals allowed in like 30 seconds. It was insane to see that transpire. Detroit starting to find their footing again, 4-2 their last 6 games. Overtime win against Columbus in their last game. They make the trip to New Jersey, where, by the way, the last time they played here last year, their only visit to New Jersey, they beat the Devils by a score of 5-2. It looks like we're going to have Jacob Markstrom in net for the New Jersey Devils. This guy I don't trust, flat out. He is fighting the puck. His confidence is waning, and now it's a team that's struggling defensively, too, in front of their goalies, whether it's Allen or Markstrom. They're struggling right now, New Jersey. And it goes back to Pesce being out. It goes back to, the fact that they're not scoring as much, so it puts more pressure on that defense to have to dig in. There's some issues right now with the Devils defensively. There's some issues of confidence with Markstrom in particular, who's given up 3+ goals in a majority of his recent starts. He's in net tonight for New Jersey. We haven't heard confirmation who's going to be in net for Detroit yet. Projections are Cam Talbot. It's funny. Cam Talbot was passed over to bring in Gibson because I thought Gibson, now we need to upgrade our goaltending. And now Gibson's here and Talbot's out playing Gibson so far this season. I mean, make it make sense right now for Detroit. But it does sound like it's going to be Talbot here in net for the Red Wings tonight. But I'm on Detroit plus 120. I'm on the draw because New Jersey games, a lot of them have been going to overtime. And I'm on this over. I think 5.5 is just too light with this total, with what we're seeing. Detroit has started to score 3-4 goals with regularity. I think New Jersey back at home, where they've scored more goals anyway than they have on the road, will get their offense going a little bit. And I don't trust Markstrom in net. So I think both teams can contribute offensively. Oh, yeah, series history. All 3 meetings last year went over the total. Detroit and New Jersey. All 3 head-to-head games last year between these teams went over the total. 5-3, 5-4, 5-2 were the scores in those games. So over the total here for me in this one. 5.5 is a gift, in my opinion. I expected a 6. We've got a 5.5. We'll take advantage. Alex, Detroit, New Jersey.
Yeah, draw and pregame over, or draw and over 5.5, I should say, minus 128 pregame. I will be looking for first period over and leaning toward Red Wings money line in game during the betcast tonight. But I do like that draw pregame. Maybe we take a shot. I don't even know. I was going to say 3-3 correct score, but like I said, it's been so high scoring. Maybe a 4-4 correct score would be worthy of a sprinkle. Like I said, all those are all things we can look for live and in game tonight on the betcast. But definitely want to do grab a piece of that over and grab a piece of the draw here. With that,
I'm eyeing the team total. Yeah, I'm eyeing the team total with Detroit too, as Jonathan says he likes. But I'm going to wait for the betcast.
Yeah, wait for that live too. Yeah, knock that down to a better price. Like this is a good live game. It's a good game for the betcast. And he said make it make sense with Talbot and Gibson. They're kind of one and the same, right? Like Gibson used to be great. He fell off. Talbot has been shaky for years. And so you're going to get this. This is a perfect 1A, 1B tandem for now because you have one picking up the other. The problem is if they both get going to the tank at the same time, that's when things can get tricky for Detroit.
There we go. So Wings, draw, over, 5.5, full game total. We're going to look in the betcast live for a better price on the 2.5 with the Red Wings team total over. Perlo, what do you think? Detroit, New Jersey.
Pretty much on the same thing. I also got the over first period as well. New Jersey is not usually a first period over team, but I don't think there's going to be too much checking in this game. It's two teams from different divisions. I think Detroit thinks they can outscore New Jersey right now, so they're going to come out with pace. New Jersey should be coming out with pace as well. They have to get going right away. This is it. Their struggles in the first period, as far as unders are concerned, are got to go by the wayside here in this game. I think I got a little bit on the over first period. I did take the team total over, but I split it with the 3 at BetMGM. You got the 3 at plus 110. So as soon as I saw Markstrom in, I said, Detroit will probably be able to put at least 3. I get the push, and it's fine. Put a little more on the 2.5. I definitely like the over 5.5. Obviously, if I think it's going to be fast, I think you're going to see the pace slowed down a little bit in the second. Both of these are under teams. And as long as it's a good bet cast, because I think the third period could go a little crazy, especially if one team is up and the other one's down. Also, the draw. I mean, New Jersey at home has just been draw. So I got a little bit on the draw as well. As far as props are concerned, Heischer's been heating up. You get plus 180 for Heischer for a goal, and he's been shooting like crazy. I got a full unit on over 2.5 shots for him. And Hughes over 1.5 shots is a really good one right now. He's been going over that every time. And ever since Hamilton's come back, he's been shooting a lot. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Jack Hughes isn't in. So they're going back to the point a lot more now. So I look for the point for Hughes and Hamilton for shots. For Detroit, Sider for an assist is a good one. And over 1.5 shots, it's minus 192. So you probably are going to want to find something to parlay that with, but he's going over. It's minus 192 for a reason, because I think it's been like 10 straight. Raymond for an assist is obviously always nice. You're still getting that at plus 100. So I got that as well.
Yeah, Emmett Finney's back on the top line, it looks like, for Detroit. So I'm going to sprinkle with, and Nate Danielson's the one to keep an eye on, too, for Detroit. On the third line for them, Nate Danielson's got points in 2 of the last 3 games. I think he might be worth a shot. And I'll go back to Gritschik on the New Jersey side of the equation tonight here in this game.
There's one more point I wanted to make. Edvinson is out for Detroit, and that defense has already been bad. Now you take Edvinson out. That is...
And he's been developing, I think, at a little faster clip at times than Sider, to be quite honest with you.
Defensively, for sure. Yeah,
for sure, defensively, 100%. So that is a big loss and makes Detroit weaker on the back end. So, and by the way, I went back and looked. It's a 4 consecutive game draw streak for New Jersey on home ice.
Yeah.
It's been 4 straight home games for New Jersey that have gone past regulation. So, yeah, that's why, to me, draw is something you got to have part of your portfolio here tonight. Florida, Nashville. Florida minus 135, road favorites, 6 the total in this game. I want Florida, not at this price. So we're going to wait for something during the betcast tonight. Nashville is a complete and utter fade, as we've talked about. Dead last in the West at 16 points. Coming off the Sweden trip, they lose, get shut out at home, 3-0 by Colorado. Can't put the puck in the ocean right now, this team. Not going to get any easier with Florida coming into town. And before we say, whoa, but hold on now, Daniil Tarasov in net. He played well last time. He was in net for the Florida Panthers. To be honest with you, he hasn't been that bad. Some of the losses with Tarasov early in the year, they didn't score in those games. His numbers aren't that bad. 2.34 goals against, 910 save percentage. And like I said, he's coming off a good, solid effort against Anaheim. The last time he started, only gave up 2 goals in that game. So like I said, we'll see how he fares here. But Tarasov getting the nod. Like I said, his record's not great, but his numbers are better than that record indicates. So this is a game where I'll target Florida at a plus price during the betcast, but not pregame. Alex, what do you think? Florida, Nashville.
I don't know if we're going to get Florida at a plus price at any point
Maybe
in this
not.
game.
Yeah.
So I took a shot small with the team total over 3 minus 135 at MGM. If I'm going to lay 135, I might as well lay that for them to get 3 goals or more than to lay them to win the game. I feel like I trust them to get over 3. If Nashville wins this game, it goes back and forth. It's probably going to be a high scoring affair. I don't see Nashville winning this game 1-0, 2-0, 2-1 of that sort. So I did take that, and then I took a little piece of 3.5 at plus 130 over at FanDuel. So MGM with the flat 3 at 135, and then piece of over 3.5 at plus 130. And then, like I said, we'll look for anything else in the game.
All right, good stuff. And by the way, Florida's won 4 of the last 5 here in Nashville, and in all 4 Florida wins, they scored at least 4 goals. So it speaks to the fact that if Florida wins, there's a chance they get to that 4 mark as far as their team total. Perlo, what do you think here? Panthers, Predators.
I'm on the opposite side of it, you guys, on this one. This is a terrible spot for Florida. They don't give a crap about this game. This is Nashville's Stanley Cup, man. They're going to be playing against Florida. It's like there's not too many times that there's going to be something to play for, just like they did against Colorado. I think you're going to see something.
But to win, you got to
here.
score. They've been shut out in back-to-back games.
They're not even bringing Ekblad. So like
they are banged
they're
up.
leaving everybody at home. It's Thanksgiving. They got one game in Nashville and then back home again. I mean, I don't love Nashville here, but I am not betting Florida in this spot. This is a terrible spot. One thing I do like.
Oh no, actually, Ekblad's in. Ekblad is playing.
Ekblad. Oh, they did bring Ekblad.
Yeah.
Okay,
he got an illness, not an injury. Illness, not an injury. He did actually participate in the morning skate, and he will be.
Okay, they could be serious about this game a little bit. So I like the Predators' first period a little bit. I'm just gonna like put a little bit on it, but that's my biggest bet on here. Is because you mentioned Tarasov, how he's playing so much better now. I think Nashville is going to shoot like a lot in this game. They're going to play like they did against Colorado. They're going to play hard. I do like them. I think they're going to. I think they could take the first period here. Then Florida wakes up and things change. But 22.5 saves for Tarasov. I really like that. I think he will get over 22.5 saves here.
Nashville, like, we can't trust them to score, but we can trust them to have an effort. We can trust that maybe Florida's not as dialed in tonight, and if that's the case, just put pucks on net. Don't have to worry about them going in, just that they do get the shots. Yeah.
I don't really like the over too much. I think Florida, if they win this, they'll do enough to win. I don't trust Nashville to score.
I know, Barry, I saw that quote throwing out the whole F-bomb. I need more fucking from them. Did he say it like that? He should have said, I fucking need more from them. I need more fucking from them.
Yeah, that's wild.
I've got to make sure I read the order of how.
I think that's what they mean. So, I'm going to take him over 22.5 shots. And I got a little bit on no goals in the first 5 like I did in the Seattle game and under 6.5. I don't, if Florida does win this game, they'll probably shut Nashville down. And I don't think they're going to win this game 7-1 or anything like that. If they get up early, they're going to shut it down. So no goals in the first 5 minutes. I think they Tarasov and I think Nashville will come out hard, but I don't think they're going to score right away against Florida. And under 6.5. So yeah, I'm a little concerned for Florida. I just want to, it's again a great betcast game, because if Florida does come out and they're playing hard right away, I'll change everything and I'll renege on my bets. But
oh my God, it really was in that order, that quote. I just retweeted it now. The Alex Doherty, who covers for the Tennessee and covers the Predators. Barry Trotz is pissed at his players. I need more fucking from them. I need more.
That t-shirt's coming to the Ice Guys store this weekend.
Yeah. It's probably because Barry. I don't think I ever heard Barry Trotz.
That's
swear.
fucking hilarious. That's
sort of like,
and that sounds like someone who doesn't swear often. That's hilarious.
He doesn't swear often, and he actually pulls an F-bomb.
He
sort of like
the F word. He misplaced it in his statement, in his sentence.
It's like
when you're more from them. Yeah, is what
it's like when your mom gets mad at you and throws an F-bomb in there. It's almost always in the wrong part of the sentence.
I just quoted it and said above, need more fucking from them and more scoring too.
Yeah. So I got Wood for a goal, 380. Evangelista over 1.5 shots. He had 7 shots against Colorado. Yossi, I think he'll be shooting today. Rodriguez over 1.5, and Lundell for a goal.
Yeah, that's I rarely swear old man disease, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I rarely swear. Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna get a better quote from a GM this season.
Well, that also tells you how mad he is too, right? Because first of all, he's mad enough to swear. Second of all, he's so confused he doesn't even know where to put the word. So he is like, that's what I think's going to happen.
I need more fucking from them, and then he says, "I need more" right after it.
And if you look at the price, it seems like, I mean, that's a fishy price. This should be plus 150 or something like that, or plus 135 or something like that for Nashville. It's only plus 120. So I don't know. I think Nashville might win this game.
Well, this is 2 years of this nonsense and bullshit that he's watching. So no wonder he's like totally.
He put it together.
He's unraveling. Like that's why he's so.
He put it together. Like he needs more because he's got to trade Stamkos, and he's got 5 points this year and stuff like that. Jesus.
Yep, no doubt. There you go. That speaks good for the prop that you mentioned, the goalie saves prop for Tarasov, that Florida's given up 26 or more shots in 6 of their last 9 games.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty crazy. I can't believe he actually said it, the quote in that order. I need more fucking from them. I need more. More. Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right, let's get our heads back in the game. All right, Ottawa and LA. Kings minus 145, home favorites. 5.5 the total in this game. Yeah, give me Ottawa. Yeah, LA at this price at home. Ottawa having a nice road trip here. Anaheim, San Jose, 2 wins in a row. Kings. And I like how this sets up too for Ottawa, in that LA shut him out in Ottawa. 1-0. Forsberg went back, haunted his old team, and shut out the Senators. It was his best start so far this season. And, Ottawa just couldn't get their offense going. So revenge spot, short turnaround, revenge spot for the Sens now as well, against an LA team that still just got how many wins at home this year? That's many. 1. That's it. 1 home win all year for the LA Kings. Yeah, Ottawa for me, plus 125. I don't hate the draw. There's other draws I like more, but Ottawa for me, plus 125 in this game. Total is interesting, 5.5. It was 1-0 in the first meeting. I kind of think we get kind of the opposite of that. I think we'll see some goals tonight. So dabble small and over 5.5. And if it does start slow, we can add to it on the betcast. But I like Ottawa here, plus 125. This is just LA with a 1 home win this year, laying a price like this. Ottawa starting to get their confidence going. Yeah, I like the Sens here. Alex, Sens, Kings.
Yeah, this is wasn't like going to be dog and draw, but I'm playing draw pregame, dog, and first period over by fact that I'll wait for that all during the betcasting game. Like I said, this will be one of the later games, but this will certainly be starting. We'll be able to grab a better price, I think, with 5.5 and maybe plus money with over 1.5.
Levi Merrilainen, by the way, not Linus Ullmark in net. I don't even mind it. He's won 3 straight starts, Levi Merrilainen. Had that slow start to the year, and he's certainly played better of late. 3 straight starts of his they've won. So, like I said, better after the slow start. And it's not like LA's been lighting the lamp on home ice either. So, but then again, in case he struggles, that's also why I like the over 5.5 just a little bit, thinking we might get a few more goals than in the first meeting. Perlo, what do you think here? Ottawa, LA.
The Kings here, this is their last game on this homestand. They got a couple days off after this. I think this is going to be a tough game for Ottawa, honestly, to tell you the honest truth. But what I like more than anything is I like a lack of goals. Neither one of these teams have a very high shot totals, and they're both shot suppression teams. So I like under 1.5 first period at minus 120. I like no goals in the first 5, under 6.5 at minus 120. And I'm leaning to Senators team total under here. I think LA is going to play as good a defense as you've seen them this year in this game. This is enough is enough game. They can't be leaving this game at least without a draw. I think it's a tough spot. I think it's a tough spot for Ottawa. I know it's a revenge game, but in that game, Ottawa was leaving out the door. I think the Kings have been really playing better. But the best thing I like is no goals in the first 5 and under 6.5 at minus 120. I don't think we're going to see tons of goals in this game at all.
I like Amadio. This is the night to get back on Amadio for Ottawa. This is the team that drafted him, the Los Angeles Kings, going back to LA. The team that drafted him. This is the time I think maybe he finds the back of the net once again. He had that little hot streak for a few games there, weeks ago. I think maybe tonight is the right time to maybe take Michael Amadio to find the back of the net here for the Ottawa Senators in this game. Lars Eller is up on the second line with Cousins and Zetterlund, so probably a little value with him. I like Armia for LA. I mean, I'm on Ottawa, but doesn't mean we can't bet some Ottawa or LA goal props. Laferriere with his success against Ottawa makes sense, and Armia, like I said, he's been starting to pick things up a little bit offensively for this LA Kings team. This is, by the way, on Monday. It's only on Prime. This is your Amazon Prime Monday Night Hockey matchup, Ottawa and Los Angeles. All right, our last game for Monday, it's Vegas and Utah. We've got Vegas minus 120 road favorites, 6 the total in this game. You look at this situation, and Utah's obviously had to struggle, make no mistake about it. But nevertheless, Vegas, just when you think they're starting to get things going a little bit, they win 2 in a row against the Rangers and Utah, and then they give one up in overtime against Anaheim, 4-3 in their last game. So this is the second time in 3 games that Vegas and Utah are playing here in Utah. Vegas beat them 4-1 the last time. We'll see if Utah can avenge that defeat here in the rematch tonight. Karel Vejmelka's confirmed in net for Utah. Akira Schmid is projected, not confirmed yet, for the Vegas Golden Knights here in this game. You look at the situation as well. Vegas has won 3 of the 4 meetings since the Utah Mammoth arrived on the scene from Arizona, including both games here in Utah. I'm going to say how this game starts, but lean as Utah pregame for me in this one. You can get them plus 100. I like to back teams snapping a losing streak, and that sometimes when you snap one, maybe you put a couple of wins together when it's all said and done. So a little bit of a lean here to Utah. I will bet the first period over, though. We will get back on that once again with Vegas tonight. Alex, what do you think? Vegas, Utah.
I bet a small piece of this first period over, 1.5 at minus $1.20. But of course, we will look to be grabbing a little bit more in game as that crosses over into plus money territory. But that's the one play I liked pregame. Anything else we could add a little bit live. This is the one where, like I said, I could maybe see some back and forth action. So maybe full game over. We can grab it at 5.5 as well.
All right, Perla, what do you like in here? Vegas, Utah.
I got this at a 5.5 at minus 130, so I put some on that. And I got a little bit on Utah here. It's a revenge game. I think Vegas is could be a little bit checked out on this one. But I'll take. I think they've been playing a lot better. They have actually been getting. They're a really good shot suppression team. And Vegas likes to shoot a lot. That's how they win. So if they can get Vegas to not be able to shoot as much as they normally do, Vegas can be in trouble that way. They're not the type of team that's going to pass their way out of trouble. So I'm going to take Utah for a little bit as well. And I got over 1.5 first period, just like you do, because it's a normal thing. Of course, Bowman for a goal. Gunther over 2.5 shots. He's been shooting a lot. And Keller at home shoots a lot when he doesn't on the road. So you get some pretty decent prices on him. 2.5 shots is minus 105. So I'm going to go with that. And Sergachev over shots at minus 125. He's hit it like seven games in a row.
Yeah, Braden Bowman goal prop. Got to keep riding that. He's been excellent, obviously, for the Vegas Golden Knights. All right, so that's Monday's action, but we're not on tomorrow. So we are going to preview right now the one and only Tuesday game in NHL action. It's the Dallas Stars and Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton minus 145 home favorites, 6 being the total here in this game. For Edmonton, this has been one hell of a grueling road trip and schedule for them. No question about that. And it ended with the ultimate satisfaction of beating the Florida Panthers on Saturday. It was a great prime spot to back Edmonton. And they got the job done there in that game. Right from the beginning, you could tell they were ready to go, and they got a 6-3 win over the Florida Panthers there to end a long 7-game road trip where they basically, 11 or 12 days, 7 games, just insane amount of games in a short period of time. Now you come back home after that big win in Florida to wrap things up. This is a vulnerable spot for Edmonton. You got Calgary finishing up the Western Canadian road swing after a 3-2 shootout loss to Calgary on Saturday. Awful loss, Dallas, sitting there in Edmonton, waiting for Edmonton to come home. I like Dallas moneyline full game, but what I really like even more, and like I said, I have a strong opinion and bet on this. This is the St. Louis bets all over again. This is Dallas first period moneyline. This is Dallas first goal of first period, which you're going to get a pretty good plus price on in this game on Tuesday. I think they're like those vultures. And they pounce on this Edmonton team coming off this incredibly long road trip. And all the games they played in a short period of time with travel, with time zone changes, you name it. and then ending it with that big Florida win, leaving them just ripe for the picking for a sluggish, slow, stuck in mud start on home ice tomorrow night. So I like Dallas to win the game, but I like the first period looks on Dallas even more. First period money line, first goal of first period as well for the Dallas Stars on Tuesday. Alex, what do you think? Dallas, Edmonton for Tuesday.
Yeah, I grabbed Stars money line plus 125 at FanDuel earlier. Like, I'm right there with you on that. Those first period looks. We'll be grabbing that first goal of first period look once that opens up. That'll be tomorrow morning when those markets tend to open, maybe late tonight. So definitely check around for that. But definitely leaning toward all things Dallas. This is a crazy price, I think, for Edmonton coming home off of a tough road trip. Laying this against a Dallas team that's got some momentum right now doesn't make sense to me. So take what the books give you. Give me the dog here.
Yeah, no doubt. Plus, it doesn't hurt either Dallas's cause that this is the team that's knocked them out in the Western Conference Final 2 years in a row. So you're always going to be amped up and ready and excited to play this Edmonton Oilers team. They beat them already earlier this regular season. They played in Dallas, and Dallas got a 4-3 win in that game. But like I said, this could set up better for Dallas to just jump on this road-weary, jet-lag, fatigued, you name it, Edmonton Oilers team coming back from a very long time spent on the road the last 2 weeks. Perlo, what do you think here? Dallas, Edmonton.
There's only one thing I'm not a fan of here. We're going to Dallas, but I'm still going to go with them anyways. Long losing streak. When your last game of a road trip, you had a bad road trip, they're going to come out as fast as they can in the first tier. So give me both teams to score in the first period. That I do like. And but I think this is a revenge game. I mean, no matter what Edmonton does, and I haven't really been high on Edmonton this year.
Yeah, no Rantanen. He's suspended. Of course, the one-game suspension came down. But, sometimes, you know how it works in this sport, and especially NBA and NHL. First game, you lose one of your best players. Everybody collectively steps up. Happens a lot.
Yeah, and not only that, Rantanen, it was kind of iffy, a call and stuff like that. They can feel like the league's out to get you. I mean, the coach can use a lot of things in this one for that. So I like both teams to score first period. I like over first period, obviously. I like over for the game, and I can't trust Edmonton's defense. So Dallas, when they win, they usually go get 4, and I don't think they're going to stop here if they start going in, because they want to just punish the heck out of Edmonton, I imagine. So give me the team total over for Dallas, too. You're probably getting a pretty good price on it, I would imagine. I haven't even looked at it, but I like the team total over.
Yep, and Glenn Gulletson goes back. Well, he's already coached against Knobloch and the former assistants where he was last couple of years as an assistant in Edmonton. But now it's first time going back to Edmonton doing that here for Glenn Gulletson, the ex-wife tour that he's been calling it here on this road trip. For him with the Dallas Stars, because they're all teams he coached with at one point. So there you go. We'll see if Dallas can take advantage of that good spot tomorrow night. All right, shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. WizardSportsPicks.com. Check it out. Great handicappers on the site. Me, Alex, Matt Robinson, and a ton of great handicappers. Premium picks every single day. Now's a great time to sign up to and grab some picks. U.S. Thanksgiving week, feast week. Tons going on, NHL, NBA, NFL, college football, round-the-clock college basketball. So make sure you get to the website. Check it out, wizardsportspicks.com. And, of course, patreon.com/iceguys, $10 per month. In case you missed it, live betcast tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. A nice, small 3-hour betcast, 7 to 10. We'll be on for the early games in the first period of the 9 p.m. games Eastern time. So make sure you join us. Patreon exclusive live betcast for our Patreon members. Get on board, $10 per month. Patreon members, of course, will be able to watch the betcast and join us live on the stream. Make sure you get on board. Your subscription goes a long way to supporting the show, keeping it going long term. Goalie charts, totals charts, and of course the daily betting cards, sides, totals, player props posted each and every day on the Patreon page, plus the live betcast tonight. Check it out, patreon.com/iceguys.
And also check out the Ice Guys store, iceguys.myspreadshop.com. The holidays are around the corner. Now's the time to get merch. We've got hoodies, caps, T-shirts, mugs. We got all kinds of new designs. We might be adding another one to the store now after today. Definitely want to check out the store for sure. And we will have sales all weekend for Black Friday, so don't miss out. That's over at iceguys.myspreadshop.com.
All right, bargain bin special of the night and best bets coming up right after we hear from our great Ice Guy sponsors.
Wizard Sports Picks, featuring the finest handicappers in the universe. Sharp insights, trusted picks, and relentless results. We strive to help you become consistent winners. This is Wizard Sports Picks.
Kings and Queens shop.
Check out all our sponsors, including, of course, Royal Cannabis. Check them out, royalcannabisshop.com. 20% off with promo code IceGuys. All right, bargain bin special of the night. We added another into the win column with Danila Yurov from Minnesota yesterday from me, and we'll see if we can have more to add to the bargain bin special win collection tonight. Alex, we'll start with you. Bargain bin special of the night.
Let's skate on up to Manhattan where we got the Blues and the Rangers playing. And this won't be like an offensive barn burner, but I think we will get some contributions from one Mr. Robert Thomas. I like him anytime goal scorer at plus 380. And I'm also going to take a shot with him to get 2 points tonight at plus 400. Both of those prices available at FanDuel. So Robert Thomas, anytime goal plus 380. Robert Thomas, 2 points or more plus 400. Those are my bargain bin specials for Monday night.
Robert Thomas goal and over 1.5 points. 2 bargain bin specials for Alex B. Smith. Perlo, bargain bin special of the night.
I'm going to go to the Philadelphia game there. I like the way Furster's been playing since he come back. You can get him for a goal at plus 310. And then I'm going to go to the Nashville game, and I'm going to go with that Wood at to get a goal at plus 380. I love the way he's been playing as well.
There you go. All right. We'll see if he can get a little fucking more from them. More fucking.
Yes, that's probably what
yeah, tonight. Barry Trotz for his Nashville Predators. Yeah.
A little more fucking from you.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm going to go with, because we're not on tomorrow, I was going to go with 3 anyway, but even more reason to go with 3 bargain bin specials tonight. We have no show tomorrow. I'm going to go with 3 tonight. 2 from the same game. First one is Ethan Frank, Washington. Let's get Frank. Ethan Frank, plus 510. Back-to-back games with a goal for him. So Ethan Frank, plus 510 for Washington. And then 1 from each team in the Ottawa-LA game. Michael Amadio for Ottawa against his old team, plus 700 to find the back of the net. Love that price against the team that drafted him. And I will go with Yoel Armia, looking for his 3rd straight game with a goal for Los Angeles, plus 750 for Yoel Armia to find the back of the net as well. So there you go. 3 bargain bin specials. Ethan Frank for Washington, plus 510. Michael Amadio for Ottawa, plus 700. And Yoel Armia for LA, plus 750 for my bargain bin specials for this Monday night. All right, best bets. Alex, what do you like for best bet?
Yeah, let's go with that Vegas, Utah first period over 1.5. You can get minus 120, 125. Shop around for the best price available. Anything higher than that, wait for live. Of course, if you join us on the betcast, play the small and then add more on in game at a plus price. But I'm liking VGK, Utah first period over 1.5 is my best bet tonight.
All right, there you go. Vegas, Utah, first period over for Alex with best bet. Perlo, best bet.
I didn't mention it all, but I'm going to test this prop curse bullshit. And I'm going to LA, where Brant Clark has not had over 1.5 block shots this year, I don't think. And you can get him under 1.5 block shots at minus 118. That's my favorite on the card. And I'm also going to take New Jersey, Detroit over 5.5.
All right, good stuff indeed, Perlo, for best bets. My best bet for this card, I'm going to go with 2 as well, just because no show tomorrow. So we'll double up with best bets, 2 of them. We'll go with that. I'm also going to go with that Detroit, New Jersey. I like it, over 5.5, minus 125 for my one. And the other's going to be Ottawa. I know LA's going to not lose every home game, and eventually they're going to win one, but you're going to give me plus 130 with Ottawa against a team struggling at home. I'll take it. So Detroit, New Jersey over 5.5, Ottawa plus 130 for my 2 best bets for this Monday. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Hit the like button. We appreciate it very much. And again, live betcast exclusive for Patreon members, 7 p.m. Eastern tonight.
Yep.
Make sure you join us. A reminder, the Ice Guys is live 7 days a week. If you can't watch the show live, download the podcast in audio form on all major podcast platforms. For Alex B. Smith and Perlo, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Monday night. We'll see you for the betcast, Patreon members, 7 p.m. Eastern, and back Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern for another edition of the Ice Guys.